Hey guys, it's Oggy again for a new video. I know this doesn't look like much, but this is my new 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot fish tank. It's going to be a holding tank, which I'm going to transfer all my coral in eventually and fish until we're ready to set up a 6 foot tank. Basically, we're going to clean this guy up. It was previously a freshwater tank. Scrape the black glass, make it black, and build a sump. I'm going to go through the full process of what we're going to do to set this tank up and how long roughly we think it might take. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Now, as you guys can see, this tank is much bigger than my 2 tanks combined. So one of the first things we've gone out and done is get some live rock. Now, of course, you can choose dry rock or whatever your preference is, but basically we've got my rough estimate is a drum of live rock, and it's cooking. By cooking, I mean it's got heated water with circulation and a lid on it so no light gets in there. And it's been in there for a while, and it's going to stay like that for a while, and then until this tank is up and ready to go. Hopefully we'll release the nutrients into the water, and eventually we'll do a water change and remove it. It's just a step to hopefully prevent any hair algae, because I do plan on transferring the livestock from my other tanks into this tank. But I have to say it will take some time to do that. I definitely have patience and time on my side for once. And as you guys can see, we've covered the lid and basically spray painted the back with nothing getting in. I'm not too worried about the paint itself. There is obviously the reef safe stuff, but this will never be touched by water. There is a brace around the whole aquarium, so it should be sweet. And as you can see, when you're passionate about something, you love something, you're going to work well into the night. Actually, it hasn't taken that long, but it's come together pretty well. Just really stoked. Alright guys, the sump is complete. It is drying. Now over here is where the tank will overflow into. We might put a couple of dots of silicone, some egg crate, and do filter floss, or we might do filter socks. As you can see here, we've put a little piece of glass there to make it higher, so that way it comes in, has to come down, and then as you can see, over this section, it was much easier for us to cut a small piece of glass and glue it like this than it was to try to cut the glass on an L shape. So like I said, it's going to come down under into the skimmer section, flow over into the refugium section, and then go into return, where we'll have our heaters and our return pump. Or we might put our heaters in the middle. We haven't quite decided. It's probably a bit safer to have it there. But yeah, that's the sump now complete. The tank's coming along pretty nicely so far. I guess we'll do it. We had a little bit of a surprise with this live rock. Where is she? There she is. Dory's in there. Also known as a regal tank. Exactly what my nephew wanted. How cool is that? Alright guys, as you can see, we've put a mat at the bottom. It actually curves up this way. I don't know if that came from the video or not. So hopefully if there's any spills, it'll come to the front of the tank. And you can obviously use anything to really support the tank. Styrofoam, rubber mat, even what CJ's aquarium will do and go get a yoga mat. We're also going to change this white styrofoam up here to another rubber mat, and I'm just going to clean the sump with some vinegar to make sure we get everything out, and yeah, it's all good to go. So unfortunately we're not perfect. We did a couple of measurements and we found out that the skimmer wouldn't fit under the original height of the stand, so basically we're going to raise it up and beef it up. We're halfway through that. Still pretty cheerful, still having a good time. Can't wait to get this thing together. We just thought we'd do all this before we get water in it. And yeah, probably a good idea to do it now. So basically we're filling the sump with water first. As you can see, the silicone is holding marvelously, just like the other sump. I'm not too worried about the last tank, to be honest. And what we're going to do is, once we run out of all this water here, we're going to run to the LFS and get more water. Then we're going to put our center brace to the side actually, and then turn the return pump on, which will fill up the main display. As you can see, we're just using a Mariglow LED light. That's just for show purposes, because I just want to look at the tank, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another update. Oh, also we're using a Bubble Magnus Curve 5 skimmer, so we'll let you know how that goes.